Today, we're going to show you step by step how to build a floating mat for seals. And later on, we'll check out what our friend Odin thinks about it. Our inspiration for this enrichment comes from seals using a foley to hang out on and rest on in the wild. Will Odin get our idea and use the mat? Well, stay tuned and you will find out. To build the floating mat, we'll use instructions from Host to Habitat website, and the main material will be fire hose. For this mat, we'll use two different fire hoses of a little different color. Firstly, it's important to measure how much fire hose we'll need. And this can easily be done by visualizing the coming creation on a flat surface, like a table. Then we go on to measure out the exact middles of the hoses. Once we have the middles, we attach the hoses to each other on the middle using tape, which of course later on will be removed. The white one of the hoses will be straightened out in the middle, while we start folding the other hose, making sure every other round goes under and every other round goes above the hose in the middle. With this folding, we establish the final size of the mat. Then we start braiding in the white hose. It goes up and down, making a square pattern. We tighten the hoses in between, just to make sure we'll get an even and stable mat. Well, the reason we use fire hose is because it's a durable material which can withstand many years of hard use. It's also a very creative way of recycling old fire hose which no longer can be used by the fire department for safety reasons. Well, now it's starting to look like something. To finish the mat, we just drill holes in the hose and connect the loose ends with bolts, as you can see. And as we want our mat to be floating on water, we attach two big buoys with a rope on each end. And look at that! The mat is ready to meet Odin. We put out the mat for Odin to discover in his pool. He comes carefully closer. And look at his curious face. What on earth is this thing? He goes for a little swim. He comes to greet us. And then he swims straight back to the mat. Odin is checking out the mat in his own pace, even though he has quite an audience. The whole team is eager to see his reaction to this enrichment, and if he will jump on the mat as imagined. He swims around it, under it, and sometimes he's even pushing it with his nose. But he's very careful with his new, rather strange toy. He's a little suspicious, but slowly he gets more and more eager to investigate and try out the mat. Seals are very curious animals, as you can see here. Odin is so excited and eager to find out what this new thing in his pool is. A few hours later, when we're almost heading home, Odin finally jumps on the mat. He floats around and he looks so relaxed. This is a great example of the importance of patience with animals and how you should let them take their time to get used to something new in their environment. Well, guys, I think the floating mat definitely deserves the seal of approval. And of course, the team of bright scientists had to take the mat for a swim themselves. A lovely, warm spring day in Denmark. Agata the human shows us the endless possibilities with the mat. It seems to be perfect for both sitting and lying down. And maybe it will be this summer's must-have at the beaches in Denmark.
The white seal in its natural habitat.